Hello and welcome to Daily News in AI Agents. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan. Today is July 4th, 2025, and we're here to break down the biggest stories at the intersection of AI, business, and technology.
We've got a packed show today. We'll be looking at the cautious return of some familiar autonomous vehicles, the political drama surrounding big tech, and a surprising deep dive into how AI is completely reshaping the world of travel.
Let's get right into it. The autonomous vehicle space is always buzzing. What's the latest?
Well, the big news is that GM's Cruise cars are back on the road. After their major incident and subsequent grounding, they've been spotted in Phoenix, Dallas, and Houston.
Wow, that's a quick turnaround. Are they back to picking up passengers and running a full service?
That's the crucial detail. They are not. GM confirmed that these sensor-laden Bolt EVs are purely for mapping and data collection. They're essentially relearning the roads. It's a very careful, deliberate first step back into the public eye, but definitely not a return to ride-hailing yet.
That makes a lot of sense. They're rebuilding their data models and, just as importantly, trying to rebuild public trust. It's a very different strategy from what we're seeing with Tesla, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And that brings us perfectly to our next story, Tesla's Robotaxi launch in Austin. Unlike Cruise's cautious approach, Tesla went for it, but with some significant guardrails.
I saw this. They had human babysitters on board, right? What did the experts think of the launch?
Exactly. On-board human helpers were there for the entire ride. They also had to suspend the service during bad weather. Now, on the plus side, there were no reported crashes, which is obviously the main goal.
But can you really call it a success if it needs a human co pilot and can't handle a little rain? Wired's experts seem to raise a critical question. How do we actually know when these systems are truly safe? It's not just about a flawless, controlled launch.
That's the heart of the issue. It's about transparent, verifiable safety metrics that the whole industry can agree on. So right now, we're seeing two polar opposite approaches. Cruise's slow, data-gathering crawl versus Tesla's supervised, ambitious sprint.
It's a fascinating dynamic. It feels like the entire industry is holding its breath to see which strategy pays off in the long run.
Definitely. Now, speaking of big ambitions and big personalities, let's pivot from the streets to the boardroom and the political arena. First up is Elon Musk's other major venture, XAI.
Let me guess, controversy is involved.
You know it. XAI has just officially secured an air permit for its massive supercomputer facility in Memphis, Tennessee. The controversy is asterisk how they plan to power it, with natural gas turbines.
Gas turbines to power the future of AI? That feels like a step backward. I imagine that didn't go over well with everyone.
Not at all. Civil rights and environmental groups are already preparing to sue the city, claiming it violates the Clean Air Act. But for now, despite the protests, XAI has the green light.
That's a story we see so often here on daily news in AI agents. The relentless push for AI advancement clashing directly with environmental and community concerns.
That's right. And sticking with big names, newly disclosed records are shedding light on former President Trump's surprising defiance of the TikTok ban.
I remember that reversal. He went from wanting to ban it to opposing a ban. What did the records show?
They show that his Attorney General, Pam Bondi, gave immunity promises to 10 different tech companies, including Apple and Google, that are crucial for TikTok to operate in the US. It was a clear, behind-the-scenes move to give these companies cover and ensure the app could keep running.
So it wasn't just a change of heart, it was an active, protective measure for the tech ecosystem supporting TikTok. That adds a whole new dimension to that political saga.
It certainly does. For our final segment, let's shift from policy to the more personal side of AI. First, a fascinating piece on what a healthy AI companion could look like.
This is a great topic. Is the article talking about those hyperrealistic companions that try to be human?
Actually, it's arguing for the exact opposite. It highlights a chatbot designed specifically to avoid anthropomorphism. It doesn't pretend to have feelings or be a person. The goal is to be an honest, useful tool without the potential pitfalls of emotional manipulation.
That's a refreshing take. Less of a fake friend and more of a transparent assistant. I can see how that would feel healthier and more sustainable in the long run.
I agree. And speaking of new approaches, technology and AI are also completely transforming business travel. It seems the whole experience is being rebuilt from the ground up.
How so? It's more than just booking a flight on an app, I assume.
Much more, with hybrid work, business trips are now all about work-life integration. They're more intentional and restorative. But the infrastructure is changing, too. For one, airplane Wi-Fi is now actually good. We're talking stable enough for Zoom calls at 30,000 feet.
That alone is a massive game changer for productivity. And I've read that the premium experience is getting a huge boost as well.
Exactly. Business class is becoming what first class used to be. Some airlines are serving caviar now. Airport lounges are more exclusive and luxurious than ever. And for those with the budget, semi-private business jets are becoming easier to book thanks to new tech. It's all connected. If you have to travel, AI-powered logistics and new tech are making the experience seamless and productive from door to door.
From autonomous cars on the ground to AI-powered Wi-Fi in the air, it really is everywhere.
And on that note, that's all the time we have for today. A big thank you for tuning into Daily News in AI Agents. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.